Hello, welcome to the gun shop. We're here today to review these Deben Bipods. It used to be a few years ago that Harris was the name to have in bipods, also sold by Deben. Nowadays, they just seem to have fallen by the wayside. There's so many good alternatives out there for half the price that do a very, very similar job. It used to be that you either bought that and everything else was rubbish. Nowadays, all the alternatives are very, very good. What we have here is a small selection of what they do have on offer. They actually have a slightly wider range in this, but what we've got is what they is it the 13 to 23, the 9 to 13, and the 6 to 9. They also do a small bench rest edition, and they do a slight variations in each. Each come in a fixed or a tilt, lever tilt edition, meaning you can lock the tilt off. They now come in a swivel with a traversing sort of action. Very nice, but a little bit loose in my opinion. I like to sort of use the bipod to add stability, not to just act as a wobbly thing, might as well have it on your hand. But either way, here we go. So, put these two aside when you're on to the 6 to 9, which is probably the most popular one we sell. So you get it, it comes in this little red and white box. Pop her open. When you open it, you end up with this. This is the lever tilt lock off. So it is optional. And here is the bipod. Comes in a lovely plastic packet with no instructions. It's terrible, isn't it? So, it attaches onto the gun in the traditional way. You've got a little bit there, you undo that, and out from the bottom comes these two pincers. They're sprung, so they're always going to stay open, and they actually clip into your bipod stud, into your sling stud. That tightens up, tighten it onto the gun, and it opens up thus. Where it's tilt, it can do this, actually rotate left to right, and also traverses, so you end up with this movement as well, which is quite good. You can lock it all off on the back if you so desire. You can either make that easier or really tighten it up, and you've got a more solid platform there. A lot easier to do with this, the actual lever tilt edition. They eject, if you press this little button on the leg, they eject all the way with various locking points along the way. A little bit noisy perhaps on the outward eject, but you don't have to use it. You can of course do it a bit slower than that. However, in the field it's nice, easy, and gets you to your maximum heating. However, lengthwise I'd personally buy this one. This is the 9 to 13, it's probably the most practical of the lot. This will struggle to see over a tall grass, but very, very good for range work. And I say most people use a bipod not like a bipod, but just as a gun attachment to help you shoot. Spring powered, so the legs pull either out or in, and you've got the rubber cover over the spring that actually makes it, well, a little quieter actually, which is nice. Construction wise, very, very good. It's all nut and bolt, so you can retighten it if needed. None of the sort of riveted ones like the old cheap ones used to be. They are made in China, and there's a sticker to tell you that. But nowadays that really isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, personally I would drop the swivel attachment, nice at the range, and you know, nice for looking about, but doesn't actually add as much stability as you'd want a bipod to add. Lovely bipods, worth every penny. I say they're not expensive, well under £100 in 2017. Very, very good. Like I say, here's the 9 to 13. I'll get the extra big one out, which is the 13 to 23, to show you. Again, it comes with all the bits. Essentially exactly the same, but you have just got longer legs. By the time you're out, you've got to remember they're not actually that long. The only problem with these is they stick out your end of your gun, but very, very practical height. I do dislike those springs, but very, very easy to get yourself out. They're not anti-gravity, however. Wonderful bits of kit, and I say an absolute bargain by comparison to the Harris and a lot of the other things that seem to be very fashionable at the moment. And I say we've sold a lot of them. They don't break, they don't come back, not like a lot of the very cheap alternatives. You don't want them breaking on you and your gun falling to the ground, so always buy something of half decent quality. There's something quite nice about them being as old-fashioned as they are. They're a copy of something that was popular 10 or 20 years ago, but it was bloody good then. They're even better now. Come check them out, stick them to your gun, see how they feel, and go from there.